Alright, so
Dire team.
I was kind of rushed getting everything else slapped together here for you guys, so hopefully we get everything else situated this game. Alright, they switch sides, they're ready to go whack at each other again. I want to see if Swagenteiger is going to ban Elder Titan to start their game again. Sorry, it's just something they do.
Remaining.
I don't sweat it, because, you know, hey, whatever works for them, right?
Radiant team ban.
Timbersaw, ban! That's a fast little booger, just pops all over the place, cutting things up and getting out of that pure damage, because that's what he's good for. But, yeah, interesting game last game, guys. A lot of things people don't realize is how effective push strategies can be.
5 seconds remaining.
No, it wasn't the old global push, you know, TP to the other side, push this side, back and forth. It was literally, I'm going to crush you every time I walk down the lane. And a lot of good situations allowed them to get there and take 2 towers at a time. Almost 3, that one push down the mid. And it really did cost them towards the end of the game. Right as the anti-mage was starting to get all the items he needed to be very effective. And if that game would have lasted too much longer, it would have been a whole different thing.
Reserve time.
Oh, they're banning the Bristleback?
Radiant team ban.
Is that because they don't want to play against him? So, Elder Titan, yet again, banned. They like banning him. I don't know what it is.
10 seconds remaining.
One day I shall ask them these questions.
5 seconds remaining.
And Alchemist is banned.
Dire team pick.
Venomous are still on the table. Let's see. Other first bans. Nature's Prophet. Visage.
Venomancer.
Radiant team pick.
I speak for the tree.
There you go. I named the ones I can think of off the top of my head that are almost normally in the first set of bans. If they're not banned, they're picked. Sure enough. Alright, so personally, as a Venomancer player, I love him. He's so much fun.
Dire team
Clockwork,
ban.
hook and cog, baby. Hook and cog. That's all you need to know. Visage, that nuke for early game. Oh, it's just so brutal. You just don't want to fight near him. He fits so well in a tri-lane.
Remaining.
It's every bit of damage coming out only helps him dish out more damage with his nuke.
Remaining.
And Nature's Prophet can solo, can jungle, can do whatever he wants because he can.
Radiant team ban.
Now they banned the Doom. Doom has been seeing a very big comeback lately. I've seen him banned a lot more than usual just because of how much he can do late game. I mean, he's just
10
he's not
remaining.
Bristleback level tanky, but he's pretty tanky.
5 seconds
and that
remaining.
Doom just totally shuts down one hero. And if you've got a lot of guys that you're relying on a certain skill to really be effective to help your team fights, like a Magnus with the RP or something, Doom comes in there, drops that. There are no RPs happening. It's just him walking around chopping people in half. It gets pretty brutal, guys. No Slark, but we love
Dire
Slark.
team ban.
Slark's another one that's been banned a lot lately. His being able to slip behind a tree, come back out full health, and just wreck your face is really starting to get on people's nerves. And his true invisibility with his ult now
10 seconds
allows him
remaining.
to just be so brutal. Not counting he can pretty much dispel any debuff you throw on him. So even when you try to nail him, nothing really
Radiant
sticks.
team ban.
Invoker.
Ban the Dragonite, ban the Luna, pick up the Invoker. Invoker's a good overall hero. I mean, he can play anywhere he wants to. Does excellent in mid, by the way. Just because that's what he's always played in, but he's got a lot of versatility. He can just pretty much do whatever he wants. Any combination come out of him, you can see a Exhort Invoker.
10 seconds remaining.
Where he just works on the Exhort, tries to max that out as fast as possible.
5 seconds remaining.
You got the Quaz. I mean, it's really based upon what he runs up against. He's very versatile and can really change his roles around as he's needed. Personally, I think some of the most entertaining to watch is the tornado coming out of him, or the comet. But that's just because, you know, spectator, I like to watch and go, oh, the comet! But a lot of well-placed EMPs, and just constantly getting out the electricity and all, and making sure he's helping his team everywhere around is always a big key.
Radiant team
Storm
pick.
Spirit, on the other hand, all over the place, pop, zap, just annoying as all get out. And the disable, it comes from him being able to just grab you and start pulling you in.
Dire team
Oh, I
pick.
love Bane. I do. He's one of those, I'm so supporty, I'm a tank. He can come in, disable so many people. You got a right-click hero, enfeeble. Oh, you can't do anything. Oh, I'm starting to get a little low, brain sap. Oh, you're about to
Radiant
dive on
team
me,
ban.
nightmare. Oh, and I need you to die, Fiend's Grip. Skywrath Mage. Oh, he's gonna love every time that Bane stops to do his Fiend's Grip. If the Skywrath is close, he's just gonna go ahead and
10
ult on him and
seconds
just
remaining.
watch him die. It's also gonna help with the clockwork. Every time he
5
gets the cogs
seconds
down,
remaining.
Skywrath can ult right in there. It's the only thing that sucks with Skywrath is landing that ult,
Reserve
because you have
time.
such a small spot to put it down in, and this is a very good lineup to allow him to really put that ult down consistently and do the damage it can do. Because man, when he gets it down, it does some serious damage. Final bans. Now, with the final set of bans coming up, looking at both teams, you're looking at tri-lane situation. They're going to be picking up somebody, a carry of some sort, to go on Swagenteiger, to be babysat by Bane and Visage, Nature's Prophet on the solo, and Invoker on the mid. They ban out the Sniper.
Dire team ban.
Meanwhile, Clockwork's probably going to solo on said Nullis. Storm Spirit or Skywrath, either one could go mid. Though I do believe we're probably going to be looking at a Storm Spirit.
10
Could be
seconds
wrong, though.
remaining.
Could be wrong. And then Venomancer,
Radiant
and
team
whichever
pick.
one of those two is left, with
Dire
a
team
carry
pick.
in the tri-lane. Now, Lifestealer, interesting choice. I mean, his Rage does give you the ability to pretty much have his own BKB built in. But he lives more by how much damage he can put out, and if they can disable him in any way, shape, or form, they're not... Ooh, I love Morphling play. Sorry, that's just me, guys. I've seen some very good Morphling play, and if someone's daring enough to pick a Morphling, they know they're good enough to play him, and it's usually a very entertaining game to watch. Hey, there's that gold graph y'all wanted to see. So, starting out on the Radiant side, we've got Ned hanging out on the Visage. Klotz22 is on the Lifestealer. Four-door Fabby is on the Invoker. Look at that beautiful courier. We've got a nice red hoof there. Baga is on the Bane, and flipping down here to the bottom, we got on the Nature's Prophet. Flipping over to the Dire side, TCN Zhao is on the Venomancer. Lion is hanging out with Morphling. Freezer just kind of chilling over here on the Skywrath. Mid's gonna be the Storm Spirit, and that's Sonzir. And Supri's got the Clockwork on the bottom lane with that sexy bunny courier. He's the fairy rabbit. A lot of pings going down. Very aggressive. We've got 4 of them here moving in. Lifestealer just wants them to come over here and look for him. Hasn't leveled anything yet. Trying to decide what he wants.
30
Same with the whole
seconds to
rest
battle.
of their team. They're just kind of like, oh, okay. Well, I take it back. Invoker's got his quads up. But they're really just kind of like, okay, we want to pick this fight. Nature's Prophet, on the other hand, making sure he gets that 2 sets of tree himself before he runs out of the base. And just kind of keep pressure on. No major issues. They're not too worried right now. And this tri-lane is going to be very aggressive.
The battle
But it's going to be
begins.
answered by its own tri-lane with the Skywrath and the Venomancer. Now, looking at how this is going to line out, Venomancer does a lot of damage over time. So it's not going to really trigger Visage as much as you'd expect. So that's going to help them a lot there. But Skywrath, he screams damage instantly. And as long as he's doing a lot of damage, Visage is going to love every bit of it. Bane, on the other hand, he doesn't really care. He's just going to step in and shut down whoever he wants to. And Morphling being babysat here. I expect to see a lot of good damage come out of him here. Now they know the Venomancer's back there. He doesn't... They've already enfeebled the Morphling. Gonna make it very hard for him to last hit at this point. But he's gonna try to take out the Lifestealer to start. Doing the body blocking, doing everything he can to allow that dive. Oh! And just barely dies a second too early. But both of them die. Both of them come right back. They're not gonna play around. They're gonna go straight into it. Very aggressive tri-lanes back and forth. Big thing to notice here is Grave Chill is what was picked up by the Visage to start. He's going to make sure he's going to slow down anything that comes after him. And Fable was first picked up by the Bane. Just making sure the Morphling has no hit potential at this point. And Open Wound to start out with the Lifestealer. It's going to allow no escapes. Now they see each other's wards. They're going to start whacking at them. Clear those out so they can really start getting what they need done. Very good Warden positions, though. It really shuts down any stacks and pulls. Main, Storm Spirit's doing his job. He's got 3. Not really getting out as much damage as he probably won't. Cold Snap and Tornado is really going to allow Invoker to be aggressive here when he needs to be. But looks like he's just kind of saving it up with the mindset that he doesn't have to push it just yet. Clockwork picks up the Invis, though. Those cogs are going to do so much fun when he gets close enough to use them. Oh, here we go. He loves you, Nature's Prophet. He's going to poke you and stab you and poke you and stab you. Oh, but get the Treants in there and does all the protection he can. Can't really get over there to get that last hit he needs, and he's just going to step back, grab himself some tangos, and just safely push back. Meanwhile, on the top, they're going to go ahead and counter out that Sentry Ward. Just ward and de-ward. Not allowing any stacks, not allowing any pulling. They're just going to keep the pressure on. Meanwhile, they're going to go ahead and pull into their own lane. Kind of that counter pull, guys. They're going to make sure it's all done so they can control the pace of this tri-lane. Excellent work by both of these teams, making sure they've got full control over this tri-lane. But this does allow Morphling to get himself some of those last hits he really needed. And it's also stacking that camp very nicely. We've got rotating supports. They're looking towards the mid. They've smoked up, thinking about what they want to do here. Skywrath has his concussive shot up. Arcane Bolt's right behind him. Morphling's in a lot of trouble if he's not careful. I think they've realized the supports are gone.
Denied!
And they really can't be aggressive on the Invoker now because he went straight back to the tower as soon as they realized there was no supports backing him up. Meanwhile, Skywrath is looking down towards the bottom. There's not a lot of wards over here, so Nature's Prophet has to be a little careful. If he doesn't see them moving up their direction here shortly, he's going to be in some problems if he doesn't see it coming. There it goes, concussives off, nails it, cogs, and now they're just going to pick away at the Nature's Prophet. Clings him out fairly easily, but Invoker picks off. Invoker picks off the Storm Spirit, getting a mite bit aggressive here in the mid lane. Meanwhile, Morphling's having to play very safe. He's almost going into a solo lane situation because he cannot get out any damage. The Enfeeble is constantly being cast on him. And he's just basically kind of trying to keep the lane to where he's at least getting experience. Now he's got 2 in shift already, which is going to allow him to really just, morph. But he's going to be able to switch between the agility and the strength as needed. But unfortunately, I don't see him actually being able to kick out the damage he wants to with it. Meanwhile, Skywrath is looking for another shot over here off of the Nature's Prophet. Wants to pick the fight.
Knows he can probably get it off again if the Nature's Prophet will pull back out. But the Nature's Prophet is playing it safe. He's using his treants to get the farm. He's not going to risk moving out because he knows that the Skywrath is still missing. Clockwork's using his flares to farm. Doing a good job. Slowly wearing out treants and so forth.
Pull roots.
And Venomancer just went to the jungle. He's going to start stacking and pulling. Just kind of making sure he's filling up these. But the big problem he has here is he's got to get the farm going. They've got a lot of trouble getting the farm out the way they need to. And unfortunately, we've got smoke supports heading down to the bottom. Looks like they're going to find somebody along the way. Are they going to take advantage? Oh, Bane gets popped because he got too close. Yeah. So now they got to figure out how they want to take this fight. Oh, regen going to the Invoker, though. He really likes regeneration. Storm Spirit has the double damage bottled up. Doesn't really sure what he wants to do with it, though. Venomancer's moved back up top. Only level 3. Really having a lot of trouble kind of pushing in here. If you look at the difference here, Swag's doing a good job of bringing that money in consistently. And the instant rage coming out of the Lifesteal as he tries to escape. They want to do the damage on him. Looks like Morphling's going to get picked up there. Cold Snap has done wonders, and looks like they've got... Venomancer's got to be careful. He's going to get picked off again. They got to get him. They want him down. Unable to catch him as he's just barely slips away with a tango in his gut. But they picked off 2 for the price of none, because the TP reaction has been very good coming out of Swag here. Big thing to note is Bane's down here on bottom looking at this Clockwork. Lifestealer pops in here. Clockwork has his hook shot and just picks up his power trades, thinking about whether he wants to pick this fight. But does he really want to dive in on the Lifestealer? Because Lifestealer does so much damage to him, he has to be careful. So he TP's out. I think he saw the Bane crossing there on the edge and just was not going to risk it. Morphling, on the other hand, just going to take his farm, do what he has to do to get his farm up. Because right now he is seriously under farm with only 8 last hits. 9 now. Meanwhile, Storm Spirit's doing what he's got to do. Just clean up, take the mid, put aggression down. Really just not let the Invoker out of lane because of the pressure he's putting on it. Double damage rune down here at the bottom. Looks like Clockwork just spotted it out, and he really wants someone else to go for it. I mean, he's kind of guarding it so that Storm Spirit can get it. But Storm gets it, walks off. No real problems there. And Bane's now doing the stack and pulls over here on the bottom lane. Oh, Visage is in a bad spot, though. If he's not careful, they're going straight in after him. Going to put out the damage, but remember, every bit of damage is just feeding his nuke. Morphin comes in there, takes him out before he can drop that nuke, though. Oh, Storm Spirit's got to be careful here. Cold Snap's working on him. And if he's not careful, he gets picked off by the Wrath of Nature. Good watching there by
Dire's middle tower
the Nature's Prophet. Just making sure he drops that out as needed every time. Now the tri-lane's back up here on the top. They're going to start there and letting the Morphling get his last hits. He's doing a good job of catching up, but he's still got a lot of catching up to do. Clockwork's over here trying his best to deny the Lifestealer getting in there and really getting any farm, but Midas has been picked up by the Lifestealer, and he loves that. Clockwork's got to be careful, though. Gets in there, does a stun, unable to kick out the damage. Gotta be careful there, Storm Spirit. Oh, Nightmare's down, and it looks like we got a dead... Oh, and he uses up all his mana to get out of there as best he can. Not going to allow him to catch him. Meanwhile, they're pushing this tower up top. They're having a real hard time dealing with this Lifestealer and Nature's Prophet. They're being highly mobile, constantly flipping back and forth across the screen. Invoker and Nature's Prophet has been in almost every fight. Every time you turn around as they pop across the map between TPs. And this is just going to allow them to keep being very aggressive and controlling the overall fight here. Visage is up here. Not really going to stop the Morphling. Morphling's going to do his job. But it's going to keep pressure on. Meanwhile, Storm Spirit knows they're here, but doesn't know if he wants to pick this fight yet. Tries to take him out. Picks him off very nicely. And but Clockwork's coming over here to Lifestealer. Not sure if he wants to pick this fight or not. Gets him kind of locked out, trying to get the stun off. But the damage coming out there by the Lifestealer is just so much. I don't think he can safely take that fight. Definitely a 2 or 3 person fight there, unfortunately. Now, Storm Spirit's going to go ahead and move over here. He's going to check his rune and move back towards mid. Invoker is already pushing towards the tower here. Going to put the pressure down. Arcane Boots has been picked up on the Sky Wrath. While they've been doing their farming, they've been getting it going. And Nature's Prophet now has a Hand of Midas also. Big thing to notice is once those Hands of Prophet start coming into control, look at how much of a difference it makes in that gold. They are sucking in money like there's no tomorrow. They're also doing a very good job of getting that experience in as needed. Storm Spirit gets picked off, and Invoker just barely walks away with that one very safely. Yet again, Nature's Prophet and Invoker just constantly going in there back and back, doing a good job of keeping the pressure down. Visage has to be careful here. They're doing their best to... Oh, Fiend's Grip on the Clockwork. Gonna shut him down. He's not getting away. And there's not really much they can do to stop that fight.
Tower is under attack.
Now, Visage, on the other hand, has to make sure that he's over here so he can catch anyone else that wants to try to dive in. He's got to keep sucking up the damage, and the best way to do that is constantly be around your teammates anytime there's a fight.
Top tower has fallen.
Just so that his nukes are just that much more effective. Lifestealer's going in and pushing on the tower now. And as he keeps farming here, he's not going to have any trouble. He's not very far from getting his armlet. I mean, if you really consider how fast he's farming with this Midas now, it's not going to be long before he picks up his armlet to go with that. But they have taken the top tower.
Is under attack.
But they're about to trade tower for tower if Lifestealer gets his way. Picks off more money and just going to keep going back and forth. He doesn't really care. There's 3 of them over here looking to try to catch him. But he knows they're there. He can see them on this ward here. And another big thing is the ward here on pretty much showing what the Morphling's up to. So, okay, he's not in lane. We don't have to worry too much. We know he's up there. He's not transferring over to mid or something, and it's just basically giving him that safety factor. Now the Dire, unfortunately, has a ward back here, making sure you can see what the Bane's up to. But their secondary ward here. And, of course, one on mid to make sure they know who's across the water. So Morphling has to do his job of keeping these lanes pulled and just pretty much enjoying his farm while he can. Because every second he's getting his farm is going to allow him to keep catching up. You see as he's climbing up on the last hits right now, trying to get his net worth up there to where it's actually useful. But there's 3 of them on the top from the Radiant side as they're doing a good job, and they are looking at handling that Morphling right now. So if he's not careful, he's going to get caught out. They want him, and they want him bad. But Skywrath and them know they're there. They know something's going on, so they're coming over and they're looking. They probably saw the birds, guys. Those birds, man, they keep giving people away. Visage has to be very careful about those birds. All it takes is turning them the wrong direction and they give up a good gank. But right now, Visage is kind of sitting up here just sucking up experience. The Storm Spirit is trying to get in here and do some damage, but unfortunately, he's going to get picked off very nicely if he's not... There it is. I was going to say if he's not careful, but they scooped him up fairly easily there. Visage on Venomancer, on the other hand, has nothing he can really do against this, so he's just going to try to TP away before he gets picked off. Meanwhile, Clockwork is up top here with the Morphling as they're trying to put pressure on, not really effectively getting there to do the damage. They're going to lose yet another tower here, That's 2 towers in just a matter of moments. As, yet again, here we go, another push. Lifestealer's diving in on another tower.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Doing a good job of keeping the pressure on and just not allowing them to stop having to pay attention to it. There they go. There's that good combo to make sure they can connect that Skywrath ult. And at this point, they have the opportunity to really cause the damage. This is going to shut down the Lifestealer for a little bit and allow them to keep catching up on the farm. But they've got to keep it going. It's not one kill and walk away. Get in there, do the damage, deny the tower is always a good thing. And now dive in and start doing what other damage you can. They've got to keep pressure on, and they need to take some towers to really help get the money coming back in their direction. Because if you look at the graphs, they're 5,000s out. Both in experience and gold. So they've got to really seriously put it in there. There's the armlet going for the Lifestealer. He's coming back in looking nice and nasty and ready to fight. And they smoke up to start out. So as he looks for his next fight, it's going to be a really bad one for them to play in. Looks like they're thinking about taking the Morphling on. Morphling, on the other hand, thinking about running away. Oh, Fiend's Grip catches him. Here they come. They're diving in. They want to stop this. They're not going to put up with this at all. Lifestealer might get picked off yet again as they're diving in on him so hard. Clear him out very well and turn that gank around very well. Bane, on the other hand, gets picked off also. And that did not turn out the way that Swag was expecting it. They figured it was going to be a very easy pick-off on the Morphling, and Morphling just kind of walks away from it. He shifts very hard to survive, and if that Wrath would have been just a few seconds later, that Morphling may have got picked off there. But Venomancer, on the other hand, was trying to defend against the Nature's Prophet, unable to do so, especially with the Visage double drop on him, and just unable to stop these fights. Oh, Skywrath gets picked off by the Invoker, who's doing a very good job of keeping the pressure on. Very good combinations landing out of him, and really just kind of shutting down the mid completely. I mean, if you look at it, Storm Spirit is nothing in the farm that he should have. Doesn't have his Orchid yet, and is trying very hard to make sure he gets to it, but he's reduced to farming into the jungle for his Orchid.
Is under attack.
It's not going to work out the way he wants. Clockwork over here trying to get some farm in the mid.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And there goes the top tower just that quick. I mean, really, the pushing power coming out of Swag right now is they're going to go ahead and just go, okay, you guys thought you could push last game, so we'll push this game. And they're keeping the pressure on. Constantly keeping the pressure on. And it's really kind of putting them back here. They just got to figure out how they want to deal with this fight. Morphling does good, but is he able to do the damage they want him to do?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, he doesn't have his damage items yet. Doesn't even have his Lincoln Sphere, so he's not really able to take control of this fight as he wants. And Morphling, if he's not careful, might get called out here. They're trying to take him out, and there goes the damage. They pick him off fairly cleanly, and Lifestealer picks back off and goes straight out, take out another tower. Only one left to defend is the Venomancer, and he is not taking that fight. Looks like he's going to try to defend here. Problem is, there's only so much you can do to defend at this point.
Tower is under attack.
And that Visage stun has just been doing such a good job as they're trying to get everyone back over here to defend very nicely. Oh, Lifestealer has been hooked. They're going to try to take him out. They've got to get the damage down on him, though. That's the problem, is right now they don't have enough damage going down on him. There goes the Brain Sap. It looks like Venomancer is going to get picked off. Fiend's Grip on the Clockwork. Going to dive on him also. But Lifestealer actually gets picked off. And now they're going after the Bane and the Invoker. Really like to see him take out the Invoker, but he's going to get safely away as they take out the Bane again. And now they've got to sit there and kind of deal with the lanes. Meanwhile, during all this, Visage has been kind of slowly pushing on the mid lane. Just taking his time. Nature's Prophet's flipped over to the other side, and he's just going to go ahead and keep pushing the bottom. They're just taking their time, enjoying the free kills. Meanwhile, Storm is trying his hardest to take out those familiars. Zip through the woods, zip through the trees, take it all out if you can. Venomancer's using his words as a good warder should. And Morphling's up against an Invoker and gets picked off yet again as the combo comes in from him and Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet has been Johnny on the spot. Pop anywhere across the map he needs to be, he's been there. And constantly kicking the pressure out. Orchid has been picked up though, and Mech is on the Visage. So, with both those items being picked up, there might be a little bit of a change of pace here going on, as that is one of the key items for Storm to really get in there and just shut down a fight and cause the damage he needs to. Venomancer's out here trying to get himself killed, apparently. If he's not careful, he will. So he's going to start farming the Ancients. Yay! Uh-oh. Watch out there, Skywrath. Yeah, Skywrath gets picked off fairly easily. Invoker's going to try to take him out, but there goes an ult down by the Venomancer as he dives in and tries to take him out, just not able to do the damage he wants.
Over here now.
There they go, dive in on him and pick him off very nicely. Venomancer gets a nice chunk of money out of that deal. But they're losing a mid tower if they're not careful. Clockwork tossing out his flare and thinking about coming in on the hook. But they don't really want to dive in on the lifestealer. They want to dive in on some of these smaller, lighter units. Oh, yes, there they go. Lifestealer is trying to take out the Morphling. Fiend's Grip's on him, and they're trying to take him out.
Light, air, and water.
Wow, nukes, urns, everything. Uh-oh, Clockwork better get out of there. Protects himself, steps back, but, oh, cleans out the Lifestealer, and now it's... Oh, but the Nature's Prophet's coming in. Bane's coming in there. Invoker's right behind it. Visage right there. Clockwork went back. Got his heal. Now he's got to step back out, and he's pretty much got to fight alone. Because everybody else got picked off during that last fight. Is they're going to go ahead and take out the mid tower here. He's going to flare to try to slow down some of it, but he's not able to actually stop it. Hookshot's not back up. Doesn't have a scepter yet, so he can really start getting those off. But he's getting in a very good position. Looks like he might be trying to go after this Visage here. Flare, but just really doesn't have the ability to dive in yet. Wards are going down, but at this point they've already lost everything they had in the middle. Both racks go down, almost uncontested, and there's a Sangan Yasha on the Lifestealer, because he needs it. Ask him. Baked in a note here is Morphling is saving up. He almost has his ultimate orb. There you go. And now he's going to... Last thing left for him is buying this... Is buying his recipe. We've got a 3-man smoke coming up out of the bottom, though. Looks like they're going to go after that Lifestealer again. They want to keep shutting him down every chance they can. The more pressure they can put on him, the better. And there they go again, picking him off very cleanly. And they're just going to go ahead and move on and take the lane at this point. Keep the pressure on. Make sure no one's going to swing up behind them. The more damage they can put out, the better. But they've got to keep shutting down Lifestealer every time they see him. They need to start shutting down the Invoker. But Invoker's using the Ghost Walk, coming around the backside here, and he's actually looking at picking off the Venomancer again. Venomancer has his ult up, and I like this. He drops his wards in and steps away. And now he's going to flip down to the bottom lane. Looks like he's going to try to come back him up here because he knows someone's going to come try to stop him here. But they really need this tower. They need to get money coming in. Invoker's coming up the backside, though. Looks like they may have some trouble. Think they know what's coming on. They're like, oh, something's going on. We got to get over here. Force staff him out of there. Get him out of there. Get him alive. Pretty much knock out everybody and shut down that entire fight. Everybody walks away fairly safe. But that was a lot of back and forth there. They really wanted to take that fight, and a lot of counter initiation popped in there with force staffs and so forth to get their guys out of there safely. Because not only could Storm got picked off there, but it could have been a bad situation there for the Nature's Prophet as he came in from the top trying to pick them off also. Wards are kind of giving them heads up where everybody is. And they're probably assuming at this point, yep, they're taking Roche. They're not really in a real good spot to deny this, though. They have to come in here. They have to keep the pressure on. but they really can't do much to stop the Roche fight. And wow, Roche is getting eaten alive at this point. Flare goes out, goes, oh, hey, guys, y'all got Roche. Okay. Hoping to clear off anyone that was still there. I mean, we've all done it. Like, oh, they just took Roche. Maybe somebody's really low. It's really bad is when it works, and you're like, yay, I'm good. But now they're looking at taking a team fight here, and with that Aegis being online, they're going to be able to do some serious damage. Bane has been scooped. Looks like they're trying to take him out. Battery Assault takes him out very nicely. Viz just picks him off very nicely. Venomancer's over there trying to do some damage, but Lifestealer just picks him off because he can. There goes an ult, and uh-oh. Look out, Storm. You can't take that fight. Venomancer's trying to get in there and do some damage, but he gets picked off. That's a quick dieback from him. And Clockwork's the only one left again. Just unable to get into the position to do the damage he needs. There goes the GGs, guys. It's just a lot of damage coming out there. Really didn't have the capability to get in there and cause what they wanted to when it comes to the damage. 1,500 difference. Ah. Buku money, guys. Buku monies. But